Hey, do you ever wake up like, what the heck just happened? Such a vivid dream where you're like, whoa, hold on, was I dreaming? Is this reality? What's going on? Or it was just really strange, you got this weird feeling. Or maybe it's just like you opening your eyes like, oh, I cannot remember anything, but you feel like something intense just was there like a second ago. You're not alone, happens to everybody. Dreams can be very mysterious. It can be an odd experience sometimes. It can be, a really strange way to have your subconscious talking to you, really. Know that it is your subconscious mind that is using dreams to communicate with you, to create a connection or a reconnection, or to just try to grab your attention about something. And that's why it matters to pay attention to your dreams, because at the end of the day, it's this bigger part of our life that is our subconscious mind, that it dictates so much of our everyday life, that is reaching to communicate with you through not English, French, Spanish, or any other language, to just speak the language that it speaks and reach to you in the way that it can, to give you these messages, which either when they are, whatever they are, whenever, however, that's a topic for another video. And so in this one, we're going to be talking about 3 easiest way to make this connection happen, to communicate, to understand, to start to listen to your dreams and comprehend a bit better what's going on. Our first tool is the dream journal. Now you've got the regular stuff with a dream journal, a notebook that you've got next to your bed with a pen or anything, and you wake up and right away you write down what you can. That is great. It's great for the people for who it works. The way I did it, and I found it's easier on different levels, is that we live in a modern world. Things are very different. You can still use the old school tools, but you can also use the more modern tools, the more... we have so many options. We have so many different ways we can make it work nowadays. Like, why stay in the box? Like, think outside of the box. Actually, think like there is no box, but same thing. That's for another day. And the thing is, with my situation also, I couldn't really do that. So I had to find another way to make it work. And I find actually it's really good, because think about it. Again, I think it's a great tool. It's just that it's maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but think about it. Whenever you have to write something down on your dream journal, that means that first of all, you have to move around. You have to grab it. You cannot really have like a piece of paper and put it on your pillow. Like, you have to have something that's like strong enough to not go through or anything like that. Do you put it on a pillow, or do you put it on bedside table, or do you stand up and go to your desk? And you have to have a light, right? Or do you just write in the dark? Actually, never thought about that. Do people do that? But it's a multi-steps things that get you out of the vibe that you are in. It's just very annoying. I find it not the easiest, and obviously for me, I would just be like writing, hoping that I'm writing straight, hoping that my words are not on top of each other and all of these things, because, you know, helps to see what you're writing. So instead, I started using ChatGPT. Yeah, because ChatGPT is very convenient. First of all, everybody has a phone that is very often sitting next to you, and you don't need any light, you don't need to move around, you don't need to, like, you speak so much faster and it's just fluent. You just, like, you know, let things out. While you are writing, you have to think about it, you have to pace yourself, you feel the need to edit sometimes as well, and all of these things. But when you're just speaking, it's different, it's more fluent, you know. And you can stay lying in your bed, you can stay in the dark, and I mean, you reach for your phone. It is nice feeling. I'm not saying that it's the best, yes, but you're better off going and reaching for your phone to record how your dream went, what you remember of it, than to scroll on social media or check what messages you got or anything like that. I mean, let's see the glass half full, shall we? So, yeah, I am working on creating a digital dream journal, something that wouldn't be so, that would have more options, because one of the reasons why I used ChatGPT, it was because when I started doing this, the speech to text option on ChatGPT, it was very accurate compared to all the other things that I tried, and trust me, I tried many. Sometimes I would check what I said and I could not even comprehend what was in there. I was like, I know I have an accent, but this is gibberish, like what? So yeah, but with ChatGPT, it was pretty accurate. So yeah, and you can speak up to 10 minutes and it just transcribes everything, and then you can just send it or not. The thing is, if you do that though, do not check what ChatGPT tells you. That is something else, we're gonna get on it, but it's just that it's a great tool because it will be very accurate on really putting down what you're verbalizing to it. And you can really, like, stay in the same mindset. You can really still have your eyes closed, reach for your phone, just even ask Siri, open ChatGPT. Or, I mean, if you have an iPhone, if you have an Android, you know, do it how you do it with an Android. And stay in the dark, stay lying down, still being into the vibe, and being able to recall as much as you can from the dream. And honestly, if you could, like, give different segments of the dream, or like just one big thing of, you know, how the dream went, because let's be honest, dreams can be very all over the place. Or even if it's just one word, one sensation, one emotion, one something that you got, just to anchor, just to have a reminder of how you felt or what you remembered when you got up, when you woke up, when you opened your eyes, when you got out of that sleeping mode. That is enough. And if you don't remember anything, that is good too. That is good to know that many people don't remember their dreams. It took me a while before I started to remember my dreams. And now, every night, I remember at least one or two dreams, and some of them, it's like a whole story and all of these things. So the more you practice, the more it builds, and it's like a workout. When you go to the gym, it might feel a bit odd, a bit weird. You're like, oh my God, I've got a muscle there, I didn't know I had one. Fucking hurts and this and that. And after a while, it becomes natural, and then you can see the definition of the muscle and all of these things. Dreams work the same. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but repetition is the key. So yeah, the reason why I'm creating an app is because ChatGPT is great, but first of all, you might be tempted to check right away what ChatGPT thinks about your dream. That can be interesting, but is not the best, because that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about you rebuilding a connection and a trust relationship with your subconscious mind. And what ChatGPT tells you, or when you go and search on Google or anything like that, it's outputs from out there, from the outside world. And right now, at the beginning, what you need to work on, it's your connection with you. This dream is a personal experience. It's something that is happening to you, for you. It's your subconscious mind talking to you with symbols and situations and feelings that are connected to your own experience, that are like, everybody has a unique experience, and so that's what we're talking about. So yeah, there are archetypes, yes, there are the meaning of this and that out there. You can check all of these things, but that's not what I'm talking to you about in this video. So I'm working on creating this app so you could record your voice in a way that would make it very accurate. You could search. So let's say you have one word, one theme, one color, one something that you want, symbol that you want to check how often it comes or anything like that, then you would be able to just type in the thing, and then it would give you all the dreams that you had that have that in them. Also, having the feeling that is attached to it, so like the mood of the dream, all of these things basically. So whenever it's ready, I will link it. Give me a bit of time, because it might take me a little bit of time to make it happen, but I promise I will make it happen, and it will be very helpful. I'm looking forward to provide you with this tool, because I think it will add lots of value to everybody. Me first. So yeah, and so that's my first tool. It's to start to create this automatism as soon as you are awake, to reach for whatever you can while it's still there before it fades away. Hence why a proper dream journal is, again, still a very good tool, but maybe not the best. So yeah, tool 2 is all about feelings. So one of the ways the subconscious mind communicates with you is with the fact emotions and feelings is one of the languages of the subconscious mind. And very often also your dreams are here to help you process certain feelings and emotions that may have been intense when they happened, and you may have pushed down, ignored, dissociated with, or anything like that. And what's happening is your body, your subconscious, everything is working together to help you release, work out, what's the right word, to help you we're gonna say alchemize. Whatever happened to you, and just like the image of a balloon or a bottle, like release a bit of it at a time so you can process, that's it. So you can process it, and you can alchemize it, and you can learn from it, or just move on and, have a human experience. So yeah, and that is basically just staying in your bed, lying down, still with your eyes closed, and letting the dream fade away, but just focusing on your body and the sensations and the emotions that you're feeling. Is it something that you feel in your guts? Is it something that you feel in your chest? Or is it something that you feel like a tingling sensation? Sometimes it just feels... We don't really have words for these things, because hopefully we don't have words yet for these things, but yeah, maybe in the future we'll be more connected to our bodies and emotions and feelings, and it won't be as, I want to say taboo, but taboo is not the right word, but it will be, people will be more open-minded about talking about all of these things, because that is part of the human experience, and it's a very big part of it. And very often that's why people have nightmares, is because they've been told from a young age to push down all of these things, because you have to, behave and interact with other human beings, or show yourself, present yourself in a way that is proper and correct, and don't create too many waves and all of these things. So yeah, but basically it's really just staying there and mapping in your body where you feel it and how does it feel like, and if you can, give it a name, because whatever you name will lose some of its power over you. Sometimes certain things can be overwhelming, but when you realize that what you were feeling was guilt or shame or just fear, the fact that you can categorize it, somehow the brain, the body is more comfortable, makes it more, it kind of like dims the power of it, and it just makes it more bearable, like easier to deal with. So yeah, and you can also, throughout the day or whenever you're ready, try to remember and to think, when was the last time I felt like this? Or when was the first time? If you can remember, like your childhood or things like that. But when I feel this way, usually what is the situation? Is it when I'm talking with somebody? Is it when I'm doing something? Is it when I'm thinking about something that's like, it is linked to something. It is something, and it's this something that is very specific to you, and there is a reason why it's happening, and it's to bring your attention, your awareness back to that, so you can process it, so you can work it out, so you can understand whatever message there is to understand about it. So that's tool 2, and then we've got tool 3. That's one of my favorites. Tool 3 is the snapshot. That's how I call it. I just decided to call it like that because why not? And basically it's pick one image, one feeling, one sensation, one maybe sound, one color, one object, something that you remember. That's good, because like sometimes if you just remember a little bit, or you know, like you can make very little that you can remember or recall of have a strong impact. So yeah, what you would do with this method basically is you would focus on it. So you would decide what it is, and then you would literally just like focus on it. So you can, if you like to, if you do meditate, if you want to decide what it is, then go and meditate on it and just focus on that. You can do that. If you like to work out, then decide before you work out, okay, this session, I'm gonna be basically, my mind is gonna be focused on this, and I'm gonna try to recall as much as I can about this. If you're just doing the dishes, if you have a busy life and you're like driving to go to work, or you're in the bus or in the tram or in the train, or walking is great for that too. If you're doing the dishes, if you're, whatever you're doing. The good thing is there are so many things that we can do where we are kind of on automatism mode, you know, when you're like, just, you've done it so many times that you can just focus on something else, and that is a perfect time to then bring that image, that object, that feeling back, and to just be like, all right, for the next 5 minutes while I'm doing these dishes, I'm just gonna be thinking about it, and I'm gonna try to do mind mapping. So mind mapping, for the people that don't know about it, is when you have a topic and then it's like a spider web almost, and then you try to connect it with as many things as you can that have like a meaning for you, like a connection in your life, in your experience. That is why it's very personal. That's why, like, let's say if I say train, if I'm thinking about train, or if I saw a feather in a dream, or if I saw a shoe, whatever it is, the color blue, that will have different meanings for so many different people. And that's where the beauty of it comes from, is the fact that your subconscious mind, it's your subconscious mind talking to you through your dreams. And that's why going online, searching for the meaning, the definition, the archetype, all of these things, yeah, it's great, but it's other people. And it's what the generality, like, it's not you. What matters is you talking to you, understanding the relationship with you, and rebuilding that, you know what I mean? Or working on getting this bigger, like a better, stronger connection with you. And that's where you can have a lot of eureka moments. You can have lots of ahas, and you can really start to understand how sometimes the tiniest thing, that the reason why you remember it is because it is meant to grab your attention. Otherwise, it would be gone. That wouldn't even be an option. And the fact that you remember it is something, and then the meaning that it has and the reason why you remember it is something else. And that can be connected to so many different things. It can be one theme, or it can be so many more. And you have no idea how powerful this tool is. It may start as, I started doing it like as a little game. I was like, yeah, all right, well, didn't remember much. Just remember that, like, I think it was like a red, looked like a cap, but I wasn't sure, something, I would say piece of clothing. I just focused on the red and on the edges that I remembered. And that day, I think I was vacuuming. And when I vacuum, I go like over places many times, because like that, at least I know it's done properly. Hey, you make it work the way you can, okay? And so it can take me a bit of time to vacuum. And so I was thinking about it, and then I was like, oh, that reminds me of this. That reminds me of that. And that reminds me of that. And oh my God, that looks actually exactly like this thing and the edge of that thing. And then I realized that all of these things that I was thinking about, they all were interconnected somehow. They were like all over the place, but they all, you know, were breadcrumbs that were leading me to a bigger picture. It was like putting the pieces of the puzzle, you know what I mean, here and there and blah, blah, blah. And apart when you're like getting close to the end, that you can start to see the bigger picture and like what it is exactly. Before that, you're just kind of like, what's going on? I don't know, something here, a corner there, blah, blah, two pieces here and everything. And yeah, I like it because it's very easy. You can do it wherever, whenever. You don't need to remember much at all. And you would be very surprised about the outcome, about the understanding that you can have of what message your subconscious mind was trying to tell you through your dreams at that time. It can be, see it as a game. Have a game, have a play. and see how things unfold. But yeah, you might be surprised. Sometimes the strongest and best things are the simplest ones, and there is a reason why. Very efficient. Don't take my word for it. Give it a try. So yeah, basically these are the 3 tools that I find are the easiest, because for tool 1, it's, with an option where I'm still lying down, I don't even have to move. I recall very easily everything that just happened, because I didn't have to put the light on, stand up, do this, that, blah blah. With tool 2, because sometimes when you wake up you really have these really strong feelings and you don't know what to do with them, and at least like that you can canalize your attention, your energy, and give it direction, give it meaning. It's not just this is happening to you, it's all right, this is happening, I can make it work for me, and I can understand the why of the how. And the third one, because it may start off as a game, but the knowledge that you may get out of it can be mind-blowing sometimes. And yeah, it's really easy. You can just do that wherever, whenever, and stuff. So yeah, these were my 3 tools, and give them a try. Tell me, do you have some other tools that you like using? But if you have discovered a new tool, if you want to try this week, tell me how it went, tell me if you got anything out of it, if you have any questions, if there is something that I wasn't really clear about or anything like that, because I'm here talking to you and I'm sure I'm gonna get better at it, but let's be honest, it's still the beginning of my journey of creating this relationship together. So that's a one way, but it can be a 2-way. And let me know if there is anything you would like me to answer, to do, to develop. And again, if you do not remember your dreams, just know that it's totally normal, it's totally fine. Again, me at the beginning, I did not recall any of my dreams. When I was a kid, I had lots of nightmares, and then I just could not remember a dream for years and years. And it's only when I started this journey that I started to rebuild this connection. So really see it as, first of all, your subconscious mind is always listening. So even if it feels like nothing is happening, your subconscious mind is like, oh, you're paying attention. Oh, you are spending some of your attention, awareness, time on this, so it matters to you. And it will slowly start to develop all of that. And yeah, see it as a muscle. See it as, it's like everything in life. If you feed it some energy, it's gonna grow, it's gonna get bigger, it's gonna get stronger, and you will be able to, at some stage, remember your dreams, have lucid dreams, communicate with your subconscious mind, and understand what your subconscious mind is trying to tell you. And yeah, I'm really excited and looking forward to have this journey and with you and walk the path together and learn from each other. So I think that's it. I hope that everything was clear, and I am very excited for what the future holds, and I'm really looking forward to your feedback, and hopefully to put the app also out there, and hopefully to help you have a smoother experience and a smoother ride when you're gonna want to try it out, and when you're gonna start building a relationship with your subconscious mind and communicating with it in a clearer and better way. And hopefully we can all evolve and see what the future holds. So on this note, I'm just gonna tell you, I'll see you next time. Keep dreaming. You're the alchemist. Bye.